as I said in my presentation, you are now a free bird. There are many students who will come to you and will want to take you wherever they take you. But remember, peer pressure is not something very good if you are going for negative behavior. What do I mean by peer pressure? Some people will say, yes, we need our peers. It's okay. He has come, he's talking about the association, and that is promoting your academic goals. But there are some people who will want to take you. I know there are many places. We have known some places and we are trying to work on them. To Banda. And I will tell you there is this. Take it and you feel easy. There are some of you who will not even know you are taking drugs. You are given a drink, and the drink has drugs. Be very careful. Things are happening. They will divert you from your objective. As I've always said, your major goal is academics. When you go for those drinks, they are soft, but they will make you hard. Someone said, I feel easy when I take these drinks. And for that matter, those members who missed on Tuesday, we also talked about the Kyambogo University, Kyambogo University Rehabilitative Initiative. And the patron is here. I see another member of the Kyambogo University Rehabilitative Initiative, Edgar, the mentor. These are members who are going to help us. We work together in Dean's office and the Guidance and Counseling Unit. They are going to help us on how we can go about this. It may be you or another student who is being hooked up and you forget about your goals. Yes, I know Councillor Victor is supposed to be a chairperson in the afternoon, but as we wait for the Dean School of Built Environment, he can say more. You might find some of us here missed this on Tuesday, and we get this information, we spread it to our colleagues, leave alone those in our faculty. But even in the second, third years, there are some who may not be having this good information. We are coming for academics, we are ending up becoming abusers of drugs. And when we abuse the drugs, where do we end? Councillor Victor, I would like you to come and say more as we wait for the Dean. Our dear members who are viewing us online, would like to congratulate the first years. And today, as we begin, it is School of Built Environment. As we wait for the Dean, we shall continue interacting with our students. Councillor Victor, please come and talk about Curie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our senior Councillor Winfred. Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to Kyambogo. Tell your neighbor, welcome to Kyambogo. The base of knowledge and skills for service. My name is Victor Abasinga Kibicho, and I work as a counselor in Guidance and Counseling Unit. I'm also a patron of Churi, and I am humbled to be here today. What is Churi? I want to call all the Churi members who are around nearby to extend closer to the auditorium. Churi is Kyambogo University Rehabilitative Initiative, as Councillor Winfred was sharing, and it is a student initiative that was begun by fellow students like you in 2017. A group of students who were addicts, were suffering from alcoholism and different drugs, felt it wise to seek counsel, and they approached the dean of students to get support from her. And she advised them that they should form an initiative, which they embraced. And today, the initiative is helping fellow students like you to recover from the drug use. Around campus, many of the students are suffering from addictions. And what happens? The addictions hit you hard that you don't even come to attend lectures. You feel like you're not worthy to be where others are. And we cannot help when the students cannot help. So it is a collective voice that all of us have to combine our energies, our concern. We communicate to whoever is concerned through the executive of Churi, through a fellow representative of Churi, an advocate, through any person that would want to become a Churian to come and help the many. What is the approach? It is very easy, just like the word easy. It is to educate you about addictions, to advocate for behavior change, and then to behavior change and support the recovery process in you. And if you want to become a member, what is it that you have to do? They have a membership form, I think with the treasurer, and the membership form you pay only 3,000. Is it 3,000? Yes, 3,000 annually. That money is to help them normally to do the small things, flyers around, to write communications on brochures that you could be seeing around. And who is eligible to become a member? Any student of Kyambogo. You don't have to become an addict to become a member of Churi. No. We are students that can help the addicts to come out of the problem. You could be here with your brother, your sister, and that sister of yours maybe was an addict or a drug user. And how can you help? It is not by avoiding him. It is by supporting him. So that is what we call on to you. Maybe Edgar is here. Edgar is our training coordinator for Churi. Isn't it? Oh yeah. You know the members are many. I'm going to give him a chance to tell you something about training. But like we normally have trainings, we normally have different activities like outreaches to the hostels to talk about drug use, outreaches even in the lecture rooms. One of these days you could be seeing us come there. It is not necessarily for me to be, it is not a must that I have to be there, but the team is always on the move. They also, we work with different organizations like Hope and Beyond, Serenity Center, Focus on Recovery. Those give us the other support, the technical part of it. When technical information is needed and support, we always tap from them. And many other activities that we involve in. So I want to welcome Edgar as he comes. I want to also encourage each one of you to look for a Churi member, and when they approach you, give them an opportunity and you become a member so that we can help our fellow colleagues together. Thank you so much. Knowledge and skill for service.
All right, thank you so much, our dear patron. I'm really humbled. One thing he forgot is that our motto says, Churi, breaking addiction chains. And in this case, we are trying to mean that everywhere in our university, we shall be breaking addiction chains, chains of alcoholism, smoking. As it is not only that, behavior change means some of you are faced with challenges to do with masturbation. That one has to be handled through behavior change. And I'm going to talk on behalf of the Office of the Training Coordinator, which I hold. We always have trainings. These trainings are for free. We don't ask for any money from anyone. It's just an invite. You come and join us. And when you join us, you will get skills for helping your fellow students. It doesn't have to be that you are an addict. You shouldn't be an addict for you to join us. Any student is okay to come and join us. And when you join us, you start this fight. You start breaking addiction chains in your hostels, wherever you move. When you see someone being messed up, you guide them. And also, you can also redirect us where you see that there are many people who are being affected by these challenges. You can let us know so that we visit that place. We try and talk to different people. Many people have been helped through the Guidance and Counseling Office. And if you fear that maybe there are challenges, this counseling unit has support from outside. If you feel that maybe within the university, you may fear to be within the confines of the university, but you can still be helped from outside, because they have told you we work hand in hand with Hope and Beyond, Serenity Center, Focus on Recovery Uganda. All these places are here to support the students of Kyambogo University. So don't fear to join us. Come attend our trainings when you see any message, and also come and join Churi, because this is for a good cause. It's not in any way a bad cause. So I request each one of you that when you leave this place, tell your friends there is a Kyambogo University Rehabilitative Initiative, and they can join it and also help their fellow students to grow better. Thank you so much.
Good morning, members. Welcome to Kyambogo University. I just have a brief announcement to make. For those of us who are government sponsored, there are those people who are still waiting for their food allowance in order to feed. But if you think you are stuck with feeding and you are to get food allowance, please go to your warden for assistance. Go to the warden of your hall of attachment. You can be assisted to get your food until you get your food allowance. And for the few private students who are accommodated in the halls of residence, you can still go to your warden to get assistance on feeding. Please don't get stuck there. Don't die of hunger. You can go to the wardens for assistance until food allowance is paid. Thank you very much. Okay, now that the Dean is with us, we can begin. We have been waiting for him, but the Dean is with us. We can begin. Can we get someone to lead us in the national anthem? Thereafter, we shall still get another volunteer to lead us in an opening prayer. Please, members of the faculty, one of you can please come and lead us in the national anthem, then an opening prayer. So all this faculty has no one who knows the national anthem? Come, please.
I request you, all of you to stand up and we have a national anthem. I request all of us to stand up and we have a national anthem. O Uganda, may God uphold thee, we lay our future in thy hand. United, free, for liberty, together we all rest. Let us humble ourselves for the word of prayer.
May we humble ourselves and we pray. Dear Lord Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all of those people who have come here. Thank you for all the new students who have attained to come at Kyambogo University. May you help them achieve everything that they have come to do. May you guide them and protect them in each and everything that they do. Dear Lord
Mugalu, our dear students, both here and those following us online, you are most welcome. This is day 5 of our orientation. Sorry that we are beginning 1 hour late. We are supposed to begin with School of Built Environment. Without wasting time, allow me invite Dr. Aturinde to come and speak to the students of Built Environment, and he will take at least 30 minutes, and then we invite the School of Computing and Information Sciences. Doctor, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, all of you, those physically here and those online. You are most welcome to this orientation of freshmen and fresh ladies of Kyambogo University, and more specifically of the School of Built Environment. I noticed that the numbers are fewer than expected, especially given that the school houses 4 programs of land surveying, land economics, building economics, and architecture. So for those that are still outside, would you please find your way in, for we have more than enough spaces here. That said, given the prevailing conditions, we are aware that most people prefer to be online. So for those that are online, we extend our appreciation. You've been through high school, and using that as an example, the School of Built Environment in its structure is headed by the Dean, who is like the headmaster or the overall administrator of the school. I am the Dean of Built Environment, Dr. Augustus Aturinde. A brief history about the School of Built Environment. Kyambogo is undergoing restructuring. In fact, its practical implementation started 1st January 2022. The restructuring came with the formation of new academic and administrative units from existing structures. This resulted in 6 faculties and 6 schools. So the School of Built Environment is one of the new 6 schools. It is headed by the Dean, as we've already indicated. We initially were a department within the Faculty of Engineering, and that is the Department of Lands and Architectural Studies. Currently, the school has 3 departments, and that is the Department of Architecture, the Department of Quantity Surveying and Property Evaluation, and the Department of Geoinformatics. The Department of Architecture has Bachelors of Architecture and Ordinary Diploma in Architecture. The Department of Quantity Surveying and Property Valuation has both Bachelors of Science in Building Economics and Bachelors of Science in Land Economics. The Department of Geoinformatics has Bachelors of Science in Surveying and Land Information Systems. We are located to the north end of the university, just above North Hall and towards National Council for Higher Education. For those that are surveyors or the surveyors that are intending to be, our precise location is around 0.36 degrees north of the equator and 32.6 degrees east of the Greenwich meridian. If you can locate that, chances are you will be that side. So when you reach there, there are two buildings, and hopefully through this orientation you've been there. There are two buildings. The nearest, or the one adjacent to the North Hall, is the one that is housing the School of Built Environment. The heads of departments are also housed there, and the administrative facilities are also housed there. But what should be also noted is that we also have a leg at the center, and that is just above the civil department, around there. And that is our old home. So the students of architecture, chances are you will be interacting to some good degree with personnel and structures at our old home. We've already seen that we have 3 departments. Ideally, each department should have a head of department, but also an exam coordinator. I bring in the aspect of the exam coordinator because it is very important. These are the contact persons for all academic requirements of the department, and they are responsible for timetables, space issues, lecturer issues, missing marks, etc., and all things academic that might arise. And so the hierarchy to handle any of these issues is that you go to the exam coordinator. The exam coordinator proceeds to the head of department. The head of department then proceeds to the dean if an issue is not solved there. So in all ways, don't come to the dean first, because you will be requested to return back to the head of department and the exam coordinators. I do not know whether I should ask this question given that we are too few here, but I think I should proceed and ask it. Have you people seen your timetables? I hear mixed answers, yes and no. But for those that have not seen them, the timetables should be soon out. Now, what is important with the timetables is the interpretation. So you will find something like, let's say, SL112 and in brackets SGW, let's say 03. What that means is that the course unit is SL112, probably that is, I don't know, principles of surveying. And then the SGW03 represents the room that you'll be in. Every timetable comes with the names of the lecturers, and you can always work backwards to get their contacts. Now, about admission and the reason as to why you're here, we tend to intake the cream of the academics, and that's for sure. So for those of you that are here, you're not accidentally here. You're meant to be here, so congratulations. And then also, it is no secret that we want to be the producers of the best land surveyors, the best quantity surveyors, the best property valuers and the land economists, and also the best architects. We also believe that we offer the best courses. And that's the reason as to why these courses are very competitive. So as you come here, we pray and ask that you have the discipline to be impactful, to also complete your courses, right? Now, about the way you will be structured within your classes or within your courses, when the classes begin, of which I'm informed they begin Monday, you'll be advised to elect or come up with your course coordinators. These are your points of contacts between the students and the teaching staff. Now, my advice would be that every coordinator that is elected or selected make some sort of a group, whether that is on an email or a WhatsApp group, in order to ease the communication between the lecturers and the students. Therefore, in choosing who becomes your course coordinator, the ability to have an enabling device should be one of the key considerations. But by no means, that's not exclusive. I'm also aware that the issues of gender are mainstreamed at the School of Built Environment, and therefore, when the substantive coordinator is a male, the assistant should be female, and vice versa. The coordinators are tasked with organizing their respective students on a number of issues, and also their representation, especially when they are interfacing with the teaching staff and the administration. I should give a brief word about the nature of assessment. So for every respective course that you'll be doing, you'll be having tests, you'll be having coursework, you will also be having examinations. The coursework and tests normally contribute around 40%. And then the final exam contributes about 60%. To note here is that the pass mark is 50. For some course units, you'll be having what is called continuous assessment. And these are assessments that most of the times tend to be abrupt and within class. So your attendance is very important, right? So you'll have to attend. And actually for some units, there are some marks attached to attendance. So attendance is very important. The lecturers will possibly give you lecture materials in form of handouts. It is your job to read the material, to synthesize it, and also come up with questions where you do not, where you want to seek clarity. What should be remembered also is that this is a university, right? So there will be no bells, there will be no teachers hovering over your head. The assumption is that you're mature enough to conduct yourself, right? We'll be there to help, definitely, but we help with the information that you're a mature person. I think the library team should have taken you through a session, and you are aware that there are around 3 libraries placed around the university. Please make use of them. I say 3, but I'm not authoritative on the 3, so I could be advised on the actual number. Your conduct on the university is also meant to reflect your integrity, and so hold yourselves with grace. That said, your attitude towards work is your selling point. So work hard, work smart, but also you're only young once, so enjoy your life, but enjoy it responsibly. There are some things that are initiated by the student. So you're meant to enroll, you're meant to register, you're meant to pay your fees. That is your initiative as a student. You're also meant to attend lectures. And these tend to begin from 8 a.m. to around 9 p.m. depending on the program that you're offering. For day students, you will find PD if you're private, or PE if you're private on evening. If I'm not mistaken, for all GV students, they are on day. At least that's what is true for the School of Built Environment. A word of caution, you must stick to your courses, right? For those that want to change your courses, you must work with the Office of the Academic Registrar to see that that is officially effected and communicated. You also must stick to your time of study. I've seen some students that are on day going to evening and vice versa, evening coming to day. Please stick to your time of study until that time when you're cleared by the Academic Registrar's office. Now, there is, as I've already indicated at the very start, it's a new school. So your admissions currently read the Faculty of Engineering, but starting next year, we believe that the admissions will be indicating the School of Built Environment. As we've also noticed earlier on, we have 3 departments. And so Mr. Wadembere Isma is the acting head of department for geoinformatics. Miss Annette Bazere is the acting head of department for quantity surveying and property valuation. Mr. Okarebo Isaac is the acting head of department architecture. The exam coordinator, because this was a department, we are yet to get the exam coordinators at the different departments. And so still the exam coordinator is still Mr. Kabagambe Matthias. The secretary is Miss Margaret, and the admin is Mr. Basaja and Miss Perry. You will interact with those in a few days to come. As we've already seen also, lecturers' names are indicated on the timetables. And if you work backwards, you can actually get their contacts. A word of caution here is that please don't call them just for just, right? So you call them on issues concerning probably your academics, probably the school. And not to say, I was just calling to say hi, yet you're calling at 10 p.m. For the students here, who has toured the School of Built Environment, that side? Just by show of hands. Okay. Good. Those online, I don't know. Is there any way of seeing their raised hands, those that have visited in any one way or the other? Okay. They are responding. Okay. So, who knows what a land surveyor does, if I may ask? How about a quantity surveyor? How about a land economist? How about an architect? So you can see where we are coming to, right? And it wasn't any different the time I was here. I was here 15 years ago as a freshman, right? And so credit is given to the strike that was here, and we had to be sent off for nearly a full semester. That was around 2007. And within there, it's when I read in depth about the field of land surveying. I'm a land surveyor by profession. And so as you come here, you possibly do not know what these fields are and what they entail, but take heart. We'll do our job, we'll do our explanations. And chances are within 1, 2, 3, or 4, or even 5 years for architects, you will be very confident within your field. So I wish you a fantastic stay at the School of Built Environment. I also wish you a fantastic stay at Kyambogo University. Stay well and stay safe. I remain Augustus Aturinde, Dean of Built Environment.
Thank you very much, Dr. Augustus. Members, join me. We clap just once in appreciation of what he has just delivered. 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. I invite questions, right? 1, 2, 3 questions to Dr. Students from the School of Built Environment. Mentor Edgar, please. We shall request that we receive only one. The rest questions write on the papers. Get a microphone and receive only one. Or we can receive two. One from a lady and another from the gentleman. Johnson, you help us with what is online. Any lady? Any gentleman? That there are few questions online. Johnson, have you answered them? Yes. You can help us. Doctor is recording.
Yes, there's someone called Calvin online is asking, are there different offices for School of Architecture and Built Environment? Then Pirwe is asking, when will the timetables be out for School of Built and Architecture?
Thank
Yes,
you.
those are the questions so far from online audience.
Doctor, you can also write the third one here. My subject combination is not applicable. What can I do? Doing land surveying. Doctor, you are welcome.
Well, thank you very much for the questions. I'll start with a question from Calvin. Are there different offices for architecture and built environment? And I'm trying to understand what exactly he means. Whether he means that within the School of Built Environment, are there different offices for the different departments? If that's the question, yes. If the question is, are there different offices of architecture and built environment separate from the Faculty of Engineering? Yes, also. On the issue of timetables, I didn't get the name, but when will they be out? Within my communication, I indicated that they'll be out soon. What I know, I've seen the draft timetables out, so chances are by Monday they should be out, given that that's when you start your lectures. My subject combination is not applicable. And you're studying surveying, so how did you get to surveying? Or you wanted to study surveying? Can I seek clarification from the one who asked this question? What exactly was meant?
Good morning.
Morning.
On my application, instead there was no subject combination, it was just indicated NA.
Exactly. There shouldn't be. a subject combination. So it should be surveying and land information systems, full stop. And then within there, you will get the different course units that you will study. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And to add on what Doctor has just said regarding subject combination, it's majorly for those who are doing education. So don't look at your colleagues' admission letter and you think it is the same. You are going to meet the surveyors and they will let you know what exactly you are supposed to do. Thank you very much, Doctor, for this time. And I would like at this moment of time to invite the Dean School of Computing and Information Science. The students built environment. You can use the behind doors and you go, but since we are very few, we can even use these ones here. I invite the students, School of Computing and Information Science, and as the students from Built Environment, School of Built Environment go, remember at 2 p.m. we are coming back to meet our student leaders and also be guided to the places of worship. Don't miss that moment. Don't miss meeting your student leaders. There is a lot you are going to learn from them. Those students who were here from School of Vocation, Computing and Information Science, come closer. Where are the students? Those who are outside, please come in. And those who are online, stay tuned. Other students from School of Computing and Science, Computing and Information Science online. Johnson, do you see some of our students online? Thank you to those who are entering. You are most welcome. School of Computing. Yes, Johnson, you would like to say something?
Computer scientists join online.
Wow, wow, wow. At this moment, I have the pleasure to welcome the Dean. He's going to introduce himself. And Dean, we are very sorry that we have delayed a bit, but we shall catch up. And since it is computer science, we are going to do everything fast. Thank you. You are most welcome to address your students.
So, dear students of the School of Computing and Information Science, you are welcome to our new school, and you are also welcome to Kyambogo University. So let me take also this opportunity to inform you that you have joined at a time when the university has just undergone a restructuring process. So you could have noted that your admission letters do still read Faculty of Science. But we have since moved out of that Faculty of Science. It has been our mother faculty, but we are now an independent School of Computing and Information Science. Now, within this School of Computing and Information Science, we've got 3 departments. And these departments are the Department of Computer Science. We have also got the Department of Library and Information Science. And we also have the Department of Data Science, Networks, and and artificial intelligence. Now, each of these departments has got a head that takes care of the academic affairs of that department, the administrative affairs of that department, and also the financial affairs of that department. Now, allow me to briefly introduce these heads. The head of the Department of Computer Science is Dr. Frederick Kanobe. The head of Library and Information Science is Dr. Robina Namuleme Kalemela. The head of Data Science, Networks, and Artificial Intelligence is Mr. Kamukama Ismail. So very soon he will also be a doctor because he just completed his PhD, only awaiting perhaps maybe defense and graduation. Okay. So, dear students, allow me also to briefly talk about the university environment. You've come to a university. You are transitioning from secondary school environment. Now, at the university, you are going to find a lot of freedom, so to speak. And this freedom, at times, can be taken advantage of, and times it can be abused or misused. Now, everything is in your hands. The onus is upon you to see how you are going to use this freedom. I must also point out that at this level, no one is going to be chasing after you. You will not see any of us coming to get you out of your hostels or telling you go to class like it has been in secondary schools. So as you enjoy the newly found freedom, be aware of the challenges and the dangers that this freedom is likely to have. Now, from your secondary schools, I must point out that you have been under enclosures. But at the university, the gates are open 24/7. You are free to move in and to move out at whatever time you want. But for us as academicians, there is one thing that we always follow. That is your academic work. You can do whatever you do, but in the end, we are going to use what at the university we call the power of the ready pen. So that is our whip. In secondary school, yeah, maybe a teacher could tell you to lie down, and maybe you are punished in whatever way. But at the university, the power of the red pen is what will either save you or punish you. So take a note of that, and this is connected to the freedom that we are going to find at the university. Now, in the departments where you have been admitted, I've already told you that these departments are headed by the head of department, but it doesn't work alone. There is the so-called examination coordinator that is in charge of your academic work. So this is the person that you should go to whenever there is a problem concerning your either assessments, assignments, or courseworks, and also your exams. Because at times, yeah, you can do a coursework or an assessment, but something goes wrong with the mark. So how would you trace this mark when it is not there? So you first go to the examination coordinator, and then he will be able to help you. Now, also related to academics, we have also got the issue of lecture attendance. Again here, it is upon you to see that you attend or you do not attend. I've already said that you have got this freedom. But if you don't attend, then you know the consequences. So when an assignment is given or when an exam is given, that is when we shall note who attended and who did not attend. Now, also, related to exams, you are permitted to sit these exams after you have fulfilled the requirements for sitting those exams. That means you must have attended a given percentage, which is about 75% attendance, and you should have done the assessments, because at times we don't permit you to sit exams when you don't have courseworks. And you must have met your financial obligations. But at times, you could be constrained. And maybe you are not able to meet your financial requirements, obligations. So at the university, there is what we call withdrawing. So don't just disappear in thin air during the time of exam and you say, I will just come back the other semester. No. If you find that you cannot meet your financial obligations, go to your head of department. There are forms that you're supposed to fill to withdraw for that semester. And normally you get permission from the Office of Academic Registrar. The Academic Registrar writes to you, permitting you to withdraw, and then you are told when to resume your studies after withdrawing. Otherwise, if you don't withdraw, you're taken to be somebody who has absconded from your studies. So you must also have got joining instructions. Normally, the Office of Academic Registrar prepares that booklet which contains the joining instructions. So I kindly request that you read it so that you come to know the requirements of academics. When are you permitted to go to another semester? When can you withdraw? When do you take a failed paper? All those instructions are clearly spelled out. Now, I didn't come alone. I came with my heads of department, so I don't want to speak all the time. I'm going to invite the heads of departments to briefly welcome you. And also, we have got a counselor, our invited speaker, who will end this session. That is Miss Vivian Kansimi. Miss Vivian Kansimi. She's going to talk about the moral issues. And this has been a challenge at university. So let me invite the head of computer science to briefly come and welcome you and maybe give a few remarks before I invite others.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Frederick Kanobe, acting head computer science. Thank you, our dean, for those excellent remarks. I want, in the first case, to congratulate you
for this achievement in life and a new ladder in your education career and path. Thank you for choosing University of Kyambogo or Kyambogo University for your choice to help you elevate you in your academic achievement. We are here addressing you as part of management of the university. We are here addressing you as parents because you are elders. We are here addressing you as your friends. It's only a friend who can guide someone to great achievement, and it's only a friend who makes a mistake and desires his friends not to do the same mistake. As our dean has already hinted, I want to just talk this, that you are coming into an environment which is free, an environment where you have a lot of freedom. So the decision you make has a lot of impact on the final destination of your journey. As parents, as elders, as top administration, you have gone through a lot. So we are talking out of experience. I want to urge you to be visionary in the first case. Be visionary. At times we fail to succeed in life because we don't have a vision. I know we are coming from different backgrounds. We came under different channels. We didn't get the same grades, but our experience in life reveals that whenever you go to a certain level of education, don't judge your performance based on the previous level. I believe you might be a witness this to me. Probably the way you performed in your A level might have been a surprise to the way you performed at O level. Or those who were ahead of you at O level might have not made it the way you did it. So in the same way, let us consider ourselves as starting at zero. At the university, we grade our degrees the way the O and A are graded. So we have the first class, the second class upper, the second class lower, and then the pass degree. So as we start this academic journey, I urge you to have a target. I urge you to have a vision of getting a first class. We are living in a competitive world, and unless we are innovative and competitive, success becomes a challenge. Like any other institution, we have policies and regulations that govern the university. Much as we have that freedom, but we have policies and regulations. I encourage you to visit our website. You find those policies and regulations. And also at different structures of the university, we have department regulations. When we are conducting our lectures, we have regulations for conducting our lectures. Not to duplicate what my previous colleagues have shared, we talked about our lectures, which are normally twofold. We have the day section, we have the evening section, and each section has responsible lecturers. We have professional lecturers. And thank you for choosing University again of Kyambogo, because that's where the practice starts and then other universities join. Your course is in the field of ICT, which is more of practical. So be assured that by the time you complete your course, you'll be able to implement. So these lecturers are highly paid and motivated to help us achieve our goals. And my role as head of department is to lead that team of professional lecturers to make sure that they perform effectively. So just in case you get any challenges during your lectures, my office is open. You can always come and we discuss. Our timetable is out. When we leave this place, we'll be able to access it. And next week, we're starting our lectures. On that, we shall give you some 2 days of practical orientation day environment where I shall be getting our lectures. We don't want issues of some people missing lectures because you don't know where the room you are going to is located. So on Monday and Tuesday, we will have a team of our colleagues who will move you around to orientate you in the environment. The university has so many clubs. We have many activities, among which you have clubs, we have associations, we have social activities. But among these, the most important is your core. So make sure you are not redundant. You participate in most of these activities. At the end of the day, at the end of your training here, they will add value to you. In computer science department, we have 3 courses. We have BITC, we have BIS, and they have our diploma holders. I urge you to love and focus on the course that you chose to take in your career. We are here also to help you gain insight of where the future is heading as far as ICT is concerned. So you're welcome to our offices. We have contacts of both lecturers in terms of emails and telephones, and we are here to help you achieve your future successfully. I want once again to welcome you to Kyambogo University, and specifically to our new home of the School of Computing and Information Science. May God bless you. May you achieve your careers in life, and you come back here at graduate level and probably be part of the team that will help this nation to acquire knowledge and skills at service. God bless you.
So thank you, Dr. Frederick Kanabe. So allow me also to invite ahead Data Science, Networks, and Artificial Intelligence, Mr. Kamkama Ismail.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kamkama Ismail, acting head of Department of Data Science, Computer Networks, and Artificial Intelligence. I give a hand to add on my previous presenters to welcome you to Kyambogo University. I know there are many who tried, many failed, and emerged successful, and therefore you are highly welcome. This department is in the School of Computing and Information Science, and we are currently housed in the Faculty of Science down there. Now, at this moment, what I would urge you is that each of you knows the goal or the purpose of why he or she is here. And the journey is a bit long. Some 3 years, others 4 years, others 2 years. And this journey, if you do not travel well, you came for a degree or diploma or certificate, not everybody actually ends successfully. If you do not, control your freedoms, you may end up failing to get what brought you here. So now, along the way, one, you have to plan and have regular attendance of lectures, so that, like as the dean said, we want attendance of at least 75% if you are to qualify to sit for the end of semester exam. So regular attendance is very important. Now here, as departments, in addition to other university authorities, we are there to ensure that everybody gains or attains what brought him or her here. So in case of any obstacle, any challenge which may prevent you from getting what you came for, please, we are available. Contact us. We shall try to intervene to see how we can overcome the challenge so that everybody gets what brought him here. I'm told there are other speakers who are coming in very quickly. I may not have much to say. We shall add on next time within our departments. Let me pass over the microphone to my dean.
Okay, thank you, Head Data Science, Networks and Artificial Intelligence, Mr. Kamkama Ismail. So, allow me to also invite the Head Library Information Science, Dr. Robina Namuleme.
Good morning, gallant freshmen and freshwomen of Kyambogo University. I am standing here as acting head of Department of Library and Information Science. And I want to congratulate you upon being successfully selected to join this prestigious university. I congratulate you. The Library and Information Science Department is looking at training professionals that can help the world in the development and management of information resources to ensure that these resources can be effectively used to support academic pursuits and national development. So, the students that join our program are trained for 3 years. And for these 3 years, we have a couple of activities that we engage in. One of them is attending lectures, where you have to have 6 units that you carry all through in the semester, and then you do an exam at the end of the semester. The semester runs for 15 weeks, and you have 12 weeks of studying and 3 weeks of examination. In addition to regular academic subjects, we also expect that you participate in internship. It's a 3 months training where you go to have hands-on practice with in the real world of work. Secondly, you also have to produce a project at the end of your third year. So in the second year, you participate in internship, and then in the third year, you do participate, you prepare a research project. I want to talk about the potential positions that you can apply and you can get if you successfully complete your course. You can work in the university, you can work in the government ministry, you can work in the parliament as an e-resource librarian, as an applications developer, as an abstractor, as an indexer, as an academic librarian, as a curator, as a publisher, as a database librarian, just to mention but a few. So if you work really hard, all these opportunities are here for you to take advantage of. I want also to mention an important aspect of assessment, which I want you to really pay attention to, that the assessment consists of two main segments. You have the continuous assessment, which carries 40%, and the final examination carries 60%. I want to encourage you to be very vigilant and attentive in as far as minding about the continuous assessment. Because if you do a continuous assessment well, there's no way you can fail the final examination. So make sure, at least you by the time you go to the examination, you have 38%, you have 30%. Well, then by the time you do the examination, you cannot fail. So make sure you have your continuous assessment done very well, and then prepare for your exams and then do them very well. Then I'll finally talk about the grading, because it's very important that we know, yes, I want to get a first class, but which grades can I get? So if you're looking at having a first class, aim at getting A's, straight A's and B's, don't go below that. And those range in the margin of 80 up to 79. Whenever you go below there, you will know that you are going to upper second or something, but if you're striving for first class, aim at 80 to 79, thereabouts. I want also to mention that you can only do an examination if you have satisfied the requirements of having attendance, as my colleagues have suggested, and also done your assignments. So attendance only is not enough. We must make sure you have attended and make sure you have done the assignments. Normally we give a test, maybe 2 tests and a take-home exam or a group task. Make sure you take part in all that. I want to wish you a fruitful stay in Kyambogo University, and this is just the beginning of your career. I just wish that you can finish this degree and move on to higher levels. God bless you.
So thank you so much, Head Library Information Science. So we are going to end our session with Madame Vivian Kansime, who is going to talk about the moral issues at the university.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations upon being admitted to this prestigious university, Kyambogo University. And just know that you're the best. You were selected because you are the best. As you've heard, my name is Vivian Kansime, and I'm part of this institution, and I'm very proud of it. I'm a librarian by profession, practice, and a lecturer here. I would like to talk about our personal management. When we come here, most of us forget that we have to manage ourselves. Personal management is very key. Ask yourself, as I was packing my suitcases to leave home, did I have an aim, objective, goal or vision? If yes, you're good to go. If no, you're in trouble. But it's yet early enough for us to set that. What's your objective? Or how many objectives do you have? And these objectives must run through the entire stay, your entire stay at the university. You must set objectives for every semester. And you must ensure that these objectives are well met. If you fail to meet them, go back and reflect. What have I not done that I was supposed to do? If you have a goal, have you met it? If you have a vision, do you think you're running toward that vision or not? When we come here, we meet different friends in our own programs of study and outside our programs of study. Friendship is key because that is part of networking. But are these friends impacting positively on your vision or not? We have just friends and those friends that really remain. So you must be careful while selecting these friends. You must be very, very careful. Not forgetting the fact that you have a background. You have somewhere you're coming from, and they have a lot of expectations in you. Your parents back home are really struggling to ensure that you're here. Are you going to pay them positively or negatively? Some of them are getting bank loans. Some of you are going to be paying for yourselves. Some of you are lucky enough to be on government sponsorship. Please respect that. Make sure that you respect that. That aside, I'll talk about respect. Personal respect for yourself and for those around you. We have student lecturer. How do you respect your lecturers? You'll find some lecturers smaller than you are. You'll find yourself looking muscular or taller than this lecturer coming in. But there's a reason as to why he or she is standing before you and you're seated in the audience, listening and getting the knowledge this person is imparting in you. Pick what the lecturer has brought to you and then build yourself. Student to student relationship. How do you relate to your student, with your fellow students? Some of us think, I cannot talk to this person from this tribe. I cannot talk to so-and-so because she looks like this and this. Please, at university, we do not take that in. Everyone is important. Everyone around us is very important. So this relationship matters a lot. And respect. When you're talking to people, how do you present yourself? You're talking to your lecturer and you're chewing. You come to class dressed like as if you're going to a disco dance. You come to class drunk. You come to class when you're almost naked. You see? Because I'm at campus, my parents are not looking at me. I must dress the way I feel. That is not true. We are training you to be professionals from your personal management right to the office management. You're going out there to manage institutions, to sit in offices. How are you going to look like? We must be singled out as Kyambogo University shining stars. Do not spoil our name. When you go to these shops, look for clothes that suit you. Do not get clothes that do not really bring out our picture as Kyambogo University. When you make up, ladies, there's a time I went for internship supervision, and this school told me, you know, we were about to chase your student. I'm like, oh, sorry, what is the problem? She comes almost naked, and when she makes up, she's like someone who is going to repulse the next minute. Let us manage ourselves. It takes us back to personal management. How are you looking like before everyone? Take a look in a mirror and see, are you pleasing? If you're really pleasing, go on. If not, you can ask a colleague, how am I? You see? So that people do not think about you negatively when you're someone good, when you have something good in you. Your presentation will hinder access to information and will hinder people listening to you, will actually make people either come to you or run away from you. So we should really be very careful about our conduct and respect. Time management. How do you manage your time? Personal time management. You sometimes move around university and find students seated, idle, doing nothing. And if you ask someone, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just chilling. Are you really sure it's time for you to chill? Don't you have a coursework and assignment? And you find someone seated somewhere chilling when a lecture is going on. Someone is not bothered about attending classes. Attend. Personal management. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what am I going to do? What is my timetable saying? As the dean said, here, the power of the red pen works. No one is going to look for you. At the end of the day, we shall ask for your output. What do you have on table? You see? Class time management. A class is starting at 8, for example, and you come at 9:30. What do you expect this lecturer to do for you? Because by 9:30, he or she is making conclusions. Your friends have participated enough. You're coming in at 9:30. You're drunk. You're smelling waraji. You see? You're all funny. You haven't combed your hair. You're putting on sandals. You're putting on a night dress. Last week, I was dealing with someone who came in a bra. And I'm like, are you sure you're right to be here in a bra? So we need to look at time management, dress code. Personal management is key. Assignment submissions. We are given deadlines. Respect the deadlines. We are training you to respect deadlines right from here to the work environment. Respect deadlines. Don't be prey of fighting with lecturers. So-and-so hates me. No lecturer hates you. No one comes here to pull ropes with students. You're actually becoming colleagues in a few years. So no one wants to fight with you. We really need to build good relationships with you. Because you never know who will help who in future. Communication. Student to lecturers. Do you keep communication? When lecturers come, the first thing they'll give you is their contact, an email or a phone number. Contact your lecturers. In case you're going to miss class, let them know and give a genuine reason. Do not keep killing your relatives every time, every weekend. So-and-so has died. My grandmother has died. My auntie has died. In the name of missing classes. That is wrong. Please be there. Attend. You see? When you're communicating to your lecturers, know that this is your senior. Know how to talk to them. Know the right language to use so that this person can understand you. Do not call the lecturer at midnight. Just as the dean said, the previous dean said that you give a lecturer a call at 10 p.m. and then the lecturer asks, what are you trying to say? Or how may I help you? Or I was just checking on you. We should know that these people also have another life after work. So we should know what time to call and how to talk to them. Please do not lie. We have gone through this. We've been there before and we're still there. But do not bring in lies in here. Do not lie. Don't say I was sick when you weren't. And make sure you communicate because tests come in, assignments come in, practical sessions come in, and you miss on important things. Student-to-student communication is also key. Have contacts of your fellow students. Be informed. Do not miss an assignment. Do not miss classes because you do not know where the lecture room is. Contact your colleagues. Which room is it? Because we are now new, we are getting used to the environment. Keep asking your colleagues. Have communication. Continue communicating. Dress code is key. I talked about it, but I still highlighted it here. Dress code is very key. We are training you to be professionals. Dress properly. Be graceful. You see? Make sure that you make people that look at you know that you're professionals. There are those people who never made it to university. How are you going to be different from them? How are you going to be different from them? It starts here. Networking. We work in teams. We are not going to be selfish here. We share information. Don't get good information and hide it from your colleagues and think you're going to pass alone. Here we pass together. Get the information, share with your colleagues. See? Taking us back to communication a little. A student came, late for an exam. So she told me, and this covers communication as well as your personal management and time management, where you have to be at the right time. This student comes late for an exam, which started at 9 and ended at midday. So she gets me moving out of the exam room and calls me, "Madam, I need to talk to you, please." I'm like, okay. I just give me this exam to write right now. I'm like, why? Why should I give it to you right now? It started at 9, ended at midday. We are now moving, we've moved out already. You know, I've been having challenges here and there, I've been traffic, this. I'm like, please tell me the truth. If you only tell me the truth, that's when I'll give you this exam. Because I wanted to pick truth from her. So she told me, okay, let me now tell you the truth. I slept at my boyfriend's place. But she knew very well that she had an exam the following morning. Then I opened my ears wide to hear. Okay, what happened? In the morning, I was supposed to come early. Actually, he told me, you can't leave before frying me eggs. You must fry eggs for me. So by the time I finished frying eggs, it was already late. So I got into a taxi and then traffic and etc. So I'm like, okay, so you decided to fry eggs instead of writing your exam. You see? Now you're asking me to give me the exam. I'm like, I'm sorry. You actually have to retake this paper. So every time I'm teaching my students in class, I keep reminding them, it's not time for you to fry eggs. Frying eggs will come later after taking your degree. Remember, you seated as a group, but you came in here alone, and your transcript will bear your name alone. As you're looking for these jobs out there, you move alone. You do not go in groups. As you sit for interviews, you sit alone. You fight alone, and you have a future. You have a future ahead of you. Colleagues, you have a future. Respect the future. Teamwork is key. Work in teams. Do not be selfish, because that will make you fail again. Work in teams, discussion groups. You realize that we give group work. Please attend the groups. Work with everyone around you. Pick the best from them. Information sharing. Share information with your colleagues. We have a lot of media. We have social media. We have libraries. We have e-resources. Share the resources, please. We have collaboration. Collaborate with everyone in here and out of Kyambogo, as long as they give you good knowledge. I would like to thank you and wish you a good stay. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Madam Vivian Kansime, for those nice remarks and also for the counseling you have taken us through. So, colleagues and dear students, allow me now to hand over the microphone back to Madam here so that she maybe guides us on the next activity. I know some of you could be having questions that you'd like maybe us to answer. So she can maybe give us a minute to address those questions.
Thank you very much, Dean, Computer and Information Science. Before I continue, my dear students, I would like you to join me. We clap. We appreciate the Dean and the team, the big team. 1, 2, 3, we go. Pwa. Enough. Thank you very much. Just to remind you, I'm Winfred Kyosava Biribona, the chairperson for this session, the morning session on day 5. I'm the acting senior university counselor. Happy that some departments have academic staff who are also helping us as counselors. They actually refer students to us for the professional counseling. So I thank you, Vivian, for the beautiful words. The heads, thank you very much. We have one question from Moses, who is online, and it is to the head of department, data science, and he says, what are the programs under data science, network, and artificial intelligence? This presentation has been wow. Not so? The power of the red pen. I was told many members are attending online. I hope it is also the power of the red pen. Dean Dennis. Yes, they have talked about very many things. The university environment, transition, the lecture attendance, making use of examination coordinators. Our dear students, please take note of that. However, Dean, as you come to answer some of these questions, I would like you to also let us know of the physical location and maybe the contact numbers for our heads of departments so that we can be in touch. At least the students who are there following us online and those who are here are in position to reach you in case they don't get any other guidance. But on the other hand, the student mentors are also on ground to take you to those places. Thank you very much. Another question here is, after enrolling, how do you register? I would like to say that some of these questions were answered during the other presentations. Yes, the head of department or the dean of the school will answer, but we have technical people who answered this, and we shall continue viewing the recordings. We have the recordings from the ICT department. On Monday, are we supposed to move to the Faculty of Science building as Bachelor of Information System students? I hope the dean and the heads are noting down this for you to answer. Another one, are our admission letters to be changed because it's now computing and information science? Will it change? Dean and heads, please take note of that. How can I access the timetable today? Thank you. They have noted that. Am I too fast? How can I access the timetable today? There is also, we need clarification whether our admission letters will be changed or not. Another question, where is the place of architectural study? We had a morning, the first session. I think this is for the School of Built Environment. You will come to this desk. Councillor Victor is going to attend to you. If I don't have a laptop, am I allowed to attend lectures? Since Johnson said they are attending online. Another question, which block do we go exactly to get timetables? And this is by Betty. Thank you very much, Betty. I think I've already raised that concern. And another one is, how do I get to know which course units I have to do? Thank you. Before the dean and team come to answer some of these questions, allow me recognize my colleagues, the sign language interpreters, especially for people with hearing impairment, both physical and those online. We have Nakato Claire, please just wave for those here to see you. John Buiza is out of the room right now. Simon, and he's the one here signing. Naluviri Bliss, she's there. Igundu Nicholas. Thank you very much for your services. Dean and the team, as you come to answer these questions, I would like to recognize the presence of the Dean, School of Vocational Studies, Dr. Balgahara Evelyn Isingoma. Thank you for keeping time. We appreciate.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Chosaba. So let me try on behalf of my team and for the sake of saving time to answer some of the questions raised. So I will start with the question of location. Someone is wondering where the new school is located. So like I pointed out, we have just moved out of the Faculty of Science. So some of the departments are still housed at the buildings of the Faculty of Science. It is only the Office of the Dean, School of Computing and Information Science, that tentatively got a new home. So the Office of Dean, School of Computing is found at the IICD Computer Labs. IICD Computer Labs. So we have got a training center called the APICT. That is where it is located, or near to the Department of Fine Art, or again near the Faculty or now School of Vocational Studies. So it is a storied building. That is where the Office of the Dean is. And it has gotten some labs, and I think you'll be having some of your lectures there. Now, the offices of heads of departments for the School of Computer Science are still at the Faculty of Science. So you have already located, I think, that building for the Faculty of Science. That is where all the three heads have got their offices. Now, again, someone has requested that maybe they should be having the contact addresses of the heads and also the dean. So this will be available to you, but what I know is that they are already pinned up at the Department of Computer Science. Not only the contacts of heads and the dean, but also contacts of the people that are going to be teaching you. Now, also someone has wondered whether the new Department of Data Science, Networks and Artificial Intelligence has got programs. Now, this is a department that is newly created and carved out of the Department of Computer Science. So, the programs for it are still being developed, and we believe that after they have gone through the process, perhaps in a year's time, we shall be admitting students for these programs. So they are available, but they need to first be accredited by National Council for Higher Education. So will the admission letters change? Because there is a change in the name of the faculty that appears on them. So I must say that those admission letters are not going to change for now. You were admitted under the former Faculty of Science. So those admission letters are not going to change. But those who will be admitted, perhaps in the coming academic years, their letters will read School of Computing and Information Sciences. Can the timetable be accessed today? I think the head computer science addressed this. He said that the timetables are available. So BIS students moving to the new School of Computing and Information Science, I've already pointed out that, yeah, your admission letters still read Faculty of Science, but the lectures are going to be conducted within the new School of Computing and Information Science. Then is laptop a requirement? Now, we have just come out of the lockdown where we have been having our lectures online. And this was actually a requirement that you should be having a laptop or a smartphone. But as we are now normalizing, maybe it may not be sort of a stringent requirement, but it is also advisable that if you can afford a laptop, especially if you are doing computer science, I must say that a laptop is still a requirement. Then which course units will I be doing? So when you walk down to your respective departments, you can request for the course outlines for all the 5 or 6 units that are offered in this semester. And also when you go to another semester, you can still do the same. So these course outlines are available for you. So in case you need them, you can get them either from the secretaries of the heads of departments, or you can find them at some of the photocopiers available. So at times we photocopy and put them there. So I think those were the questions, and I believe I've answered, some of them. So back to you, Madam Chosava.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Announcement. Those who applied for loan scheme, you are supposed to meet at former Department of Lands. It is now, it's ongoing. You will look for mentors to direct you to the former Department of Lands. Thank you very much, the team from Computing and Information Science. Our dear students, we are going to have another session at 2, and we are meeting guild leaders. I repeat that. The guild leaders are coming to address you. There are issues that you need to discuss with your leaders. So please don't miss that session at 2 p.m. Thank you very much, the team, for answering and the good information we have received. We shall continue. The only thing is that we did not get any telephone contact from you to the students, but they will look for you. The mentors will guide them. So students, please, from the School of Computing and Information Science, we move out from this side. And at this moment, I welcome the students from School of Vocational Studies. Thank you for coming, and thank you for those who are coming in. Those who would like to remain, you can remain and get another dose from another faculty. I am Winfred Kyosava Brironwa, the acting senior counselor. And as you go, remember that the counseling unit is under the Students' Welfare Department, and the Students' Welfare Department is headed by the Dean of Students. Dean, as you go, these students sometimes they go to Dean of Students office looking for faculty of science. Dean of Students is in charge of students' welfare, not academic issues. So please get to know where your faculties are, much as you are doing many things online. From the chairperson, Acholi Students Association. Students from computing, you can move. We welcome students from the School of Vocational Studies. And if you're already here, come forward. We know others are online. And those who want to stay, you are most welcome. I have this announcement. All the fresher year 1 students contact. Unfortunately, this person did not put a name, but it is actually chairperson Students Association. So you contact this person without a name, 0774 272 598. Another number 0751 097 355. I'm still welcoming students from the School of Vocational Studies. Another announcement is all the fresh year 1 students are to come and attend the general meeting scheduled to be on Sunday, 13th Feb. Someone wrote 2020, but I think it is 2022 in CTF, room 106, beginning from midday. Yes, the person is Ojok Samuel Aquilino. And students, you are most welcome. As you sit, those who are applied for loan scheme, you are making agreements today, and you are going to meet at former Department of Lands. Thank you for coming. Before I invite the Dean to speak to us, I would like to see those who have been mentored. And since you have just entered, I would like to introduce myself to you. I'm Councillor Winfred Chosaba Biribonwa, the acting senior university councillor. I work with the Department of Students Welfare. Those of you who were here on Monday, you saw our Dean of Students. If you were here on Tuesday, I spoke to you. I am happy that I have Councillor Victor with me today. There are other councillors who are in office already attending to you. Some of the councillors have been in the tent. They are attending to you. So make use of our services. Some people are like, I don't have any problem. Why do I go to the guidance and counseling unit? We are there to guide you. We are there to counsel you. We are there to share, to interact. There are very many things. Education is a journey. And as you come, already mentioned by many speakers, this is a transition period from high school to campus. That time you had matrons, here you don't have. You have wardens, and they are not going to follow you up. You are free birds in the air, but how are you going to fly? The major goal is academics. I am happy we have a bigger number. Dr. Evelyn, you are most welcome to address your students who have been admitted to the School of Vocational Studies. Clap as she comes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Josaba Winfred. have already been introduced. I'm Dr. Evelyn Isingoma. I'm the Dean, School of Vocational Studies. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Kyambogo University. You are welcome to Kyambogo University, specifically to the School of Vocational Studies. You are welcome and congratulations. The School of Vocational Studies has 4 departments, and it has a special touch to skills. We put in an extra effort to make sure that as you leave Kyambogo University, you are not just looking for places, but you can make things happen. The school has 4 departments. We have the Department of Cosmetology and Fashion. This department is headed by Dr. Obed Akampumuza. Students who are taking diploma in fashion and apparel design. Are you here? Yes, any representative? Yes, you are welcome. That is your head who will directly be involved to work with you. We have also students who are taking Bachelor of Fashion and Cosmetology. Are you here by show of hands? You are welcome. This is a new program. You are going to be our pioneers. We hold you in a special way. And you are going also to work with Dr. Obed Akampumuza. We have also the Department of Hotel and Institutional Catering, headed by Dr. Kalanda Dagalas. Students who are admitted to the Diploma in Hotel and Institutional Catering. Are you here? Yeah. Congratulations. And the other program under that is Bachelor of Hotel and Institutional Catering. Are you here? You are welcome. I also tend to belong to that department. So you are welcome. You are going to work closely with Dr. Eric Kalanda Dagalas. We also have another department of Nutritional Science and Dietetics, headed by Dr. Faith Myonga. Students who are offering Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics. Are you here? Yeah. We've been training nutritionists for quite long, and in this nation we are known to offer the best nutritional cadres, so you are in the right place. Yes. We also have the Department of Family Life and Consumer Studies, supposed to be home economics. Students who are admitted for program of Bachelor of Vocational Studies in Home Economics with Education. Are you here? Yes, congratulations, and you are welcome. You are going to be working quite closely with the head, who is Dr. Grace Mohozi. And we also have students who are taking the diploma in vocational education, secondary, home economics. You are also in that department. We also house students who are taking Bachelor of Education with home economics. Are you here? Yeah, this program has been on for quite long. We produce teachers who are specifically teaching home economics in secondary schools, but in some vocational schools also we have a hand. So we have organized in the department a meeting tomorrow at 3, where we'll be introduced to the heads and the lecturers who are taking you. Please make sure you attend. The school is currently located near the medical center. If you see those orange buildings, have you seen them? That's where we are currently, and the departments are within. But lecturers are scattered. We move as far as this end, those buildings. We move as far as CLB, speak. And for the students offering hotel and institutional catering, you use a lot also in the cafe in terms of demonstrations and some practical courses in the department. We also move to some places outside, specifically for special programs. You'll find, for example, nutritional students going to Mwana Mujimu. You'll find hotel students moving to some catering establishments. And you'll find some fashion and design students making a move to some textile industries. Apparel design, we have also a special package where we are working with the industrial area. So we have a lot, quite package, a big package for you. We hope you'll be able to take advantage of it. We have our examination coordinator, whom you are also going to work very closely with, Dr. Peter Milton Rukundo. So you will need him all throughout your study. Now, our programs are all fixed with the element of coursework embedded in. I want you to take note of that and make sure that while at Kyambogo, you do all the coursework that is assigned to you. We have a problem. Some students come, they just come for exams. And then if you do exams alone, you definitely fail. Coursework is very important. It takes 40%. And for us, we also have some skills component in almost all our courses. So if you don't attend those bits, you will have a very big challenge. Please make sure you start from the word go, serious with your books. You've come to the university to study. Sometimes students get very excited away from home. They forget what brought them to Kyambogo. Please make sure you attend your lectures. This is very important. Kyambogo has you, but we need to maintain the name of the university. Yes, many of us, when we are coming to study, we are looking for a big name. But make sure when you leave, Kyambogo recognizes you as somebody who added on that big name and big image that Kyambogo has. So I want to emphasize this because we've had challenges sometimes on this. And that brings the aspect of good communication. Communicate with your lecturers. If you are not well, make sure they are aware. If you are not able to do an assignment or a test, make sure your lecturer knows. This is very, very important. Our programs having a skill component in it means that you need, in many of our programs, protective wear. We need lab coats. We need chef's jackets. We need aprons. So, as you've come, make sure you putting into an arrangement to acquire this. I want to talk about the dress code. The dress code. When we talk about the dress code, some of the students tell us, hey, you want to make us old. No, we don't want to make you old. We want you to be decent, to dress rightly. The fashion and cosmetologist, we are going to learn more about this. Dress rightly. If you are coming for lectures, that is a lecture. It is not a party where you put on makeups and everything. Dress rightly so that when somebody will see you, will be willing to associate with you. For us in many of our programs, even hotel, you will learn more of this. You will see this embedded even in your work ethics. If you look at our programs, even nutrition, you will see this embedded even when you are doing these community outreaches. You will see this embedded. Please try to work on it. Don't get excited of being away from your home and you go beyond. Now, we have another aspect that I want to emphasize, and that is hygiene. When we talk about hygiene, many feel that at this age we've made it and we've known it, but today we still have COVID. We've put in places for you washing hands, but also maintain the neatness of our departments. Don't litter Kyambogo University. Work towards its neatness. I come from a department where we emphasize hygiene. When we talk about food, if you eat it when it is unhygienic, still you have done nothing. All of it will come out because of bacteria. You have diarrhea and the rest, and you have done nothing. When you talk about hotel, nobody will come to your establishment. So hygiene is important. Make sure you practice it. Let us not talk about it. There is a tendency for us to think that the more we are reading books, the more we are getting off some of these things. You find the classroom is all littered. We are trying in Kyambogo to educate the mind. We are trying to educate every part of your body so that education will transform you, even transform you completely. Even in society, what they do, they will say, yeah, this fellow went to school. And which school is that? Which university is that? So please, let's work on that. We have a departmental bookstore, and the person who is in charge is Madam Ayero Sarah. You will see when we meet on Monday there. We can give out some books, and we have set times for giving out books. So you can benefit from that. I also want to talk about financial management. I'm sure even now many of your parents have given you money to pay. Please pay that money. Respect that. Don't get involved into gambling. Gambling. Then you end up missing all your fees, all your tuition. Then at the last moment, you are in the head's office trying to make sure the head gives you money. Heads don't have money for you. They came here to look for money. Even deans came here to look for money. So pay your monies on time. We've had cases, so many cases of students who have conned their parents. I pray that you don't do it. Because if it is done to you tomorrow, you will not enjoy it. Let's work within the money you have. Don't go for standards that you don't have. That is dangerous. And some of you, I pray that this doesn't happen to you where you are coerced into entering certain things, evil acts. evil acts looking for money. That is very bad. Avoid alcohol. Alcohol and drugs, they are killers. They have destroyed many university students, our brains at an early stage. Alcohol. And many of these fellows who take alcohol, really, they are not kind to our students. Some of them want to train you. When you come tomorrow, put a dose of alcohol in a soda. Another day, put 2, trying to initiate you. Please avoid alcohol and drugs. It has destroyed many university students. And I pray that you take this very seriously, because it is very important. Sexual abuse. We still have HIV, unwanted pregnancies. Do the right thing at the right time. You are very nice looking now. Many are admiring you, but don't allow them to spoil your future. Actually, sometimes you can think that you are the most beautiful woman in the world because everybody will approach you. At this age, you are very beautiful. But we want your beauty to be maintained. Do what brought you to Kyambogo. Study. You'll enjoy these things at the right time. For now, let's agree we are going to read. Let's agree we are going to read. We are going to concentrate and make sure we achieve our dreams. We've had many cases of students. Amazingly, people will not come for counseling before they get a problem. They will come when they have already messed up their lives. Some have ended up doing abortions, which are terrible before God. But even they can spoil you. So please, make sure that you don't get involved in these acts. They are horrible. Coming from the department where we have foods and nutrition, I have to talk about healthy eating. Many of you don't want to eat. You want figures. Campus figures. These are terrible. They will give you anorexia nervosa. Have you heard of it? Eat your food. This is very important, to eat food. I've had cases of students coming for exams. They collapse. Medical center is struggling. We get a sugary drink, and the fellow is back to life. Why don't you want to eat? Eat, and eat well. Avoid overindulgence in certain foods like chips and chicken. That is a bite in many universities. Don't overindulge yourself in only one type of food. Eat well. Eat well. In case you need more doses about eating well, our department is always there to give some hints. And sometimes we organize some talks about health eating. We have certain associations, like the nutritionists. You'll find one very good for you, where you do community outreaches and educate even your peers concerning health eating. So please take note. I also want to say that you need also some rest, exercise and rest as part of your health enhancement. Please do. Rest enough. Don't be your time on the move. Rest. Rest. Get some time. Rest a bit. You'll be fresh for tomorrow. Yes? Some of our programs are still offering blended learning, e-learning. You have laptops, I guess, and you have phones. The problem we've had when it comes to learning, you say we don't have devices. But when it comes, when we are teaching you, you are on WhatsApp. in class. So please don't confuse us. You are going to have this blended learning. You need it for tomorrow. You need to move to a higher level. So to be happy that you've been in a university. So prepare yourself for some of these things. Our timetables are already on the notes board, the main notes board. So please, you can pick them. And I want to say, being admitted does not qualify you to graduating. It is not automatic. You have heavy work around you that you have to do. We are happy in this university. Last year, the best student came from our school. We want you to work hard and make sure that the best school in the coming years, the best student will come from our school. We want you to work hard. We are ready to support you. And I also want to end by reminding you we are meeting on Monday at 3, where you'll be introduced to the heads, the lecturers, and some lecture rooms. Otherwise, I want to thank you for listening to me, to congratulate you for this achievement, and to wish you well when you are in Kyambogo University. Thank you very much, Madam Joseph. I want to thank you also, Madam, for making sure that the students of sign language can listen to me. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Evelyn. Before I continue, I request our celebs, apart from me and her, to wear our masks. Hello? Our masks? Hygiene, health eating, and others. We need to be healthy. Our masks, I'm still seeing members without masks. Lady who is chewing a pen. Some gentleman is contemplating, should I put it on or not? Thank you, Dr. Evelyn. This has really been fine. Maybe we need to be very specific of the time on Monday. Is it Monday, Saturday? Monday, 3 p.m. Members, the meeting is on Monday, 3 p.m. You've heard her tell us about the best student from this faculty. We pray you make it. She has told you what to do to make it. Are you focused? You are not. She has really given a talk as a parent, a counselor, a lecturer, and everything. Can we appreciate her with a clap? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. The third, last, and loud. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you very much. At this moment, we welcome questions from the online members who are attending and those here. I will read some of them as Doctor writes them down. I am waiting for Doctor to be ready for that. Thank you, Mentor Edgar and other mentors, Councillor Victor, for helping. Doctor, are you ready? Question 1. Are the lab coats, and aprons bought at the department, or we can buy from outside too? the lab coats and aprons? Are they bought from the department or they can be bought from somewhere else? Question number 2. At what time do evening lectures end? At what time do evening lectures end? She will answer, but since the timetable is out, I think that one will also help us. Another question. Unfortunately, members are not putting their names, so I will read them as they come. Let me first read this from online. Lamaro Lisa. Which faculty is interior and landscape design? I hope Doctor will answer that, but as if this is a different faculty, I have to revise the departments. You know, there are many changes. We are still trying to get into the best we can. Another question, kindly guide me on agriculture bed. Where can I find it? I think there are very many. I would like to invite Dr. Evelyn to come and we handle one by one. So far, those are the questions. I am going to stand with her. I will wear my mask again and make sure we handle one by one. I thank you for the questions. I've not had a session where we are getting all these questions. And this means either you have understood very well and you need more clarification, or maybe some of us have not understood. So I will be by Doctor's side to continue helping her.
The questions, interior and landscape, is in the School of Art and Design. So please, it can be found there. Then, I think I've answered that one. The other question was, yes. At what time? Evening programs begin at 5. They begin at 5. You are going to begin at 5 and end at 9. There are cases where you might find that you are ending at 8, but officially we begin at 5 and we end at 9. Before we had a challenge when there was lockdown, we did some readjustment. But now you've come in at the time when the lockdown has been lifted. So we operate at that time. But because the weekdays are normally not enough, so we find ourselves also moving to Saturday. So you be prepared to study on Saturday. The meeting that we are going to hold on Monday in the school is in the school, those orange buildings near Medical Center and at the shed. You'll find us there. That's where we shall be. And yes, the lab and course being done from the department. The department normally have limited. I would advise you can get also from somewhere else. Somewhere else who had a challenge of making enough for the coming students, but you can get somewhere else so long as it suits being a lab coat and it suits being an apron. There are some questions which are coming because we've been operating under the Faculty of Vocational Studies. those fellows who are asking about the program of interior design and landscape, my colleague Dr. Mutunji Emmanuel, in charge of the School of Art and Design, is there. So I think that question is done. There are those who are asking about agriculture. Agriculture is now a faculty. I think soon you'll get the head talking to you. And
Madam, I was given computer graphics and design, but you didn't include it under the vocational studies.
Okay, the issue is computer graphics is under the School of Art and Design. Very soon we are going to have the dean talking to you. I think that issue will be rectified.
Members, I can see questions which apply to other schools. This is School of Vocational Studies. So there are some questions which we are going to keep for the next dean. How are we going to know our lecture rooms? This is also something we have been talking about. First of all, we have the mentors who have been helping you. I have not heard Madam talking about Bachelor of Vocational Studies and Art and Design. This is the person, the dean, who is supposed to come on board. So members, let me first internalize these questions and request Madam Dr. Evelyn to remain a bit. We pick out only what belongs to her. Is that okay? Is that okay, members? If the dean faculty of a School of Arts is present, he can begin and he will allow us to internalize what we have, because it is time for that school.
Maybe what I will have to say, you need to be conversant. I read out the programs which are offered in the School of Vocational Studies. I read them out. The Diploma in Fashion and Apparel Design, the Bachelor of Fashion and Cosmetology, and those are under the Department of the Cosmetology and Fashion. I read out the programs under the Department of Nutritional Science and Dietetics, that is Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics. In Family Life and Consumer Studies, Home Economics, I read out Bachelor of Vocational Studies. In Home Economics with Education, Diploma in Home Economics, Vocational Education, Secondary, and then the programs under Hotel and Institutional Catering. We have Diploma in Hotel and Institutional Catering and Bachelor of Hotel and Institutional Catering. So before we were operating under the Faculty of Vocational Studies, but the Faculty of Vocational Studies was divided up into three. We have the Faculty of Agriculture, the School of Art and Design, and the School of Vocational Studies. So the rest of the programs which you have not heard of under me will come under my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Evelyn. There is one other question, that should the evening students also attend the meeting? Yes, you need to attend, and it is at 3 p.m. So if you are an evening student, you'd like to know more of what is happening in your faculty. Let me just scan through very quickly before Dr. Elizabeth leaves. I know, as she has already mentioned, some of these questions will go to the next dean. There is a lot of interior designing and landscape. He will say something. Many of you are inquiring where you belong. Maybe, Doctor, before you go, you could share the contacts of the heads of department. I don't know, because I see very many of them are asking, where exactly do I belong? Where exactly the meeting is going to be, we have already mentioned it. Vocational studies, art and design, he's going to talk about it. I'm getting a hard time about the tuition fees. Please go to the guidance and counseling unit and they guide you on what to do. They don't give you the money, but they guide you on plan A, B, C, and D. Where is the main notice board located? Please, the main notice board for the School of Vocational Studies, as she said, those buildings are near the medical center. Enter the medical center, which is very prominent. You will find those, the main notice board. I beg your pardon, the head of department, FAD. Sorry, we will.
The head of Department of Fashion and Cosmetology is Dr. Obed Akampumuza. If you are offering fashion and design, diploma in fashion and apparel design, that is your head. If you are offering Bachelor of Fashion and Cosmetology, that is your head. My telephone number is 0782 673038. 0782 673038. We've put the meeting on Monday at 3 because we wanted to cater for those who are on the program and those who are on the evening program. So we had to strike a balance in the middle there. So please make sure you are there. You'll be shown where the notes board is. You'll be shown and some major rooms which are used for your lectures.
Dr. Evelyn, I think since this is a new school, I beg you remain here. I scan very fast because I see many concerns and we wouldn't want to get lost as we begin our classes. Do we all need lab coats and aprons, or each in specific for each course?
It's okay. The issue about lab coats, the issue about chef's jackets, the issue about aprons will be dealt with more during the Monday meeting.
Thank you. What faculty does Bachelor of Computer Graphic Design belong?
Okay, the dean is here for that school.
Very good.
And he's going to talk more about it. So, members who are in, you can relax a bit. He'll give you more details.
Okay, I request that students from the School of Vocational Studies, if possible, some of them can remain because these faculties, schools are related. And we still have questions here as the dean addresses us. He's actually very close to Dean Evelyn. In case there are some queries he can't address, he will get in touch with her. Because from what I see, these questions cut across School of Vocational Studies, School of Art and Design. Would that be fine?
It's very okay.
Hello, students. Hello, students. It has been a long day. We again clap Dr. Evelyn for responding to what we have asked. How many of us are from School of Vocational Studies? How many? Wow. Thank you. How many are from School of Art and Design? How many? Thank you for coming. Our students, Faculty of Agriculture. Oh, you're welcome. Our students who are outside from School of Art and Industrial Design, please come in. We still have space. And those of School of Vocational Studies who do not have any queries or we have answered you, you would like to go, please, you can march out before I invite the Dean, School of Art and Industrial Design. Those who feel like going, please, you can go. Our students outside in the tent, it's now time for School of Art and Industrial Design. Welcome to Kyambogo University. Wear your masks. Eat well. That's what Dr. Evelyn has told us. Eat well. Avoid the drugs. Remember, you are coming back at 2 for the guild session. You are going to meet the guild leaders. It's very important you get to know your leaders. Thank you for coming and keep healthy. Students for faculty, for School of Art and Industrial Design. Members, you will forgive us. We keep saying faculty, school, faculty, school. You know, we are changing with the time. Shimon Teachers College says we change with the time. So we are changing. The reason why we are wearing the masks also, we didn't use to wear the masks. So forgive us for that. School of Art and Industrial Design. You will realize by the time the dean entered, I was still asking questions. So I will request the dean to come, but before he comes, for the students who have just entered, I am Councillor Winfred Kyosaba Biribonwa, the acting senior university councillor, and I am the chairperson for this morning session. I am under the Students' Welfare Department. There are many sections. Some of you could have attended right from Monday, and you got to know the wardens. We have halls of residence, the sports guild is coming in the afternoon, the catering manager. So if there is any question regarding students' welfare, you can raise it, we shall answer. But for now, it is School of Art and Industrial Design. Dean, you are most welcome to address our students, your students. He's going to do the needful. We shall get back to you for these questions you have forwarded. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon. If we have students of art and industrial design outside, kindly come in. There is space. And also, if you know you have something that is interesting to hear, instead of remaining in the tent, we have enough space inside. Please come in. We still have 100 seats empty. Can you come in and occupy them? Now, I will tell you a story before I tell you who I am. Who has a khaki envelope? A khaki envelope. You have one. You see that khaki envelope? You can lift it like this. That khaki envelope
30 years ago, I carried it. Now we know what I'm talking about. 30 years ago, I carried that envelope. And I made one mistake, which I'm still trying to correct. A session like this one, I did not attend it. And in a session like this one, they explained how to use a library. And in the library where I was, there was one section called Africana section. And I was not around. Guess what? I got my first degree before accessing that section because I was never oriented. So when I tell you to come here, that's what I'm trying to say. If you make a mistake now, you may live with it for the rest of your life. But later on, I went to Africana section, and then I came to know what it is, or what was by then. Yeah. So anyway, I'm Tunji Emmanuel. I'm the Dean of the School of Art and Industrial Design. I want to thank our head of the session, Councillor Winfred Chosala, for the wonderful work she's done. She's answered so many questions. I think she's now knowledgeable than all of us. After all, she's a councillor. Why don't you give her a clap? Yes, she knows us all. You know, councillors will respect them so much. So, I've not come alone. I've come with the heads in the School of Art and Industrial Design. And I have the head of Department of Fine Art, Dr. Joan. Kindly stand up. I have the head of Industrial and Commercial Art. I have the head of Visual Communication. The head of Industrial and Commercial Art is called Kimani Muturi, Mr. Kimani Muturi. Then I have the head of Visual Communication, Dr. Justin Nabagara. So, people, students who are in the School of Art and Industrial Design, you belong to the three people. My role is the supervisory one, but day-to-day contact, those are the people I'm showing you. And soon we are going to know who belongs to who. The School of Art and Industrial Design, with the three departments, we have a number of programs that we offer. But as Josaba clearly explained, we are in the transition from the vocational to the School of Art and Industrial Design. So the departments, the programs are not equally balanced. So I will start with the Department of Fine Art. The Department of Fine Art currently will be in charge of the people who are students of Bachelor of Vocational Studies with art in education, with art and design. With art and design, which we call BVAD. Do we have anybody in that class? Yes. You belong to that group. The people who are doing this, diploma in secondary education, you belong to the same department. We also have a bigger group, people who are doing PhD. They are not here, but those also belong to that department. Then, when we come to the Department of Visual Communication, that is headed by Dr. Justin Nabagara, we currently have Bachelor of Computer Graphics, CGD. The people who are asking, who are those people who have been asking? CGD, computer graphics. They are not here. Yes, I can see them. Those belong to the Department of Visual Communication. But then there are also masters in vocational pedagogy that are there. The other department is Industrial and Commercial Art. That one has Bachelor of Art and Industrial Design, BID. We have Bachelor of Interior and Landscape Design. We have Bachelor of Textile and Apparel Design. We have Diploma in Interior Design. We have Diploma in Textile Design. We would be having Diploma in Ceramics. We don't have anybody admitted, but that also belongs to that. And we also have a Diploma in Textile, I think. So, anybody admitted in those areas, you are supposed to subscribe or to report to Mr. Kimani Muturi. And that's where your issues will be handled. What is the School of Art and Industrial Design? By now you know what it is. I've told you. The programs will explain. There are people who are going to be teachers, who are doing Bachelor of Vocational Studies in Education with Art and Design. They must have told you, I'm sure, you have what we call professionals. You have courses that you have to do with the education people. We normally bring the people from education to come and teach at our place. But sometimes, in most cases, your results are computed in the side of education. And if you want to know from the word go, the professionals, the numbers that are doing professionals are in the tune of 5,000, 7,000. So you do one exam. So you must be smart. You don't need to miss any concept. You need to attend to all courseworks, because a lecturer in charge of 3,000 scripts, if you write Vorongoto, you know Vorongoto, then you will fail to read. If somebody has started at 7 reading, now it's coming to 1, and he cannot make sense of your paper, you will forgive them. You may be treated unfairly. Or if somebody really explained the concept and he finds out that you are playing around, he's discouraged, she's discouraged, she can't do her work. But if somebody finds that you actually very good, and then it's inviting, somebody wants to know, what is this one talking about? This is nice, he can explain, she can articulate, then somebody will give you a mark. So you make these marks. So it's very important. Our teaching, unlike the secondary school, it's up to you. You see, my records here tell me that 356 have picked the admissions. And I have a feeling that those who have picked admissions are going to come. So I would be expecting at least 200 plus. So, but nobody's going to whip you. If you're in a secondary school, they will have told you, no, out of bounds, you want to go here, it's free entry, free exit. But there is one that is very strict when it comes to coding your results. When it comes to compiling your coursework. You missed one coursework, out of 4, you have failed. Even if the rest you performed well, but you missed one, you have failed. So, you need to know where you are supposed to be at what time. You are the timekeepers of yourselves. That's why, before you finish the courses, you are going to do research. You are now becoming researchers. Find out, why am I late? Why am I not number 1 in this course? Go and find out why and come address that problem. Nobody is going to address it for you. Are we together? And the grades here in any university, for you to pass, the grades are not determined that they last. We have what we call cumulative. What you have done today, we shall add it on what you will do tomorrow, what you will do the next day, and we get the final mark. What happens? I've seen a number of you who, by the time they become finalists, they are star students. Star. 95 and above. In everything they do, 95 and above. But surprisingly, in the first semester like this one, in the second semester like this one, they have 4 retakes. In the second semester, 3 retakes. In second year, somebody is doing well. You get 7 retakes, you put them on the 195, the person cannot make it. And then you say, how I wish this bright student knew from the word go. So, my prayer to you is that you start now. If you are doing a diploma, there are 2 years. If you are doing a bachelor's, there are 3 years. Just get these years. This is what we call broking. You broke them off and you say, these years are not anywhere. They are meant for a first class. And work for it. And the trick is simple. In the first year, everything's introduction. They want you to understand. So things are easy to make. So, the trick is simple. Get 100, get 96, get 85, get 90. So, in case things start getting hard, you have what we call the buffer stock. You simply call in your buffer stock. You had 98. This one you have got 75. You get 5, you add it on, you get 80. When by the time you exhaust your first year buffer stock, you are still a first class student. But if you want to work in second year and third year, that you cover the deficit now, it will be difficult. So start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Are we together? Start now. If you make a mistake, you won't make it. When I joined the university, and I entered the place like this, and we had orientation, by then, we were only 12 students. Now we admitted 600. In my school, they admitted 12. So we are not many. And when we introduced ourselves, I was from those. Do you know the mango schools? My school had a very long name, like a sentence. I'm coming from Saint, this, that, and that. Everybody broke and laughed. So they all laughed at me. And we were 2 students. One of my friends said, I can't remain here. The rest of our friends have nice names. Saint Max, Ngonis. Those names, you know, these ones of the. And then everybody laughed. He left. I remained. But when we went into the classroom, in the lecture room, the first thing they told us was to prepare clay. You know clay? Many of you may use clay. And you know, because me, I was from the bush, I knew what clay was, and I was clay myself. I was clay myself. So these guys had worked on their nails, you know, the vac of senior 6. By that time, there was what they used to call palm. You know, palming the hair. Was it palming? Yeah, straight palm. Yeah. And it had a funny smell. Some of the people liked it. Some of the people, it was very irritating. And they were just straight palm. And then the fingers were like this. And then they said, how do we do this? And now, trust the bush boy, I went into the trough. I turned it and prepared the heap. And we are 6 boys, 5 girls. By the end of it all, the girls will say, give me some. Give me some. Didn't I come a darling? What made me a darling? declare because I could do it. So from that on, I led the class. Everybody looked at me. Because hard work, go to Mutunji. Hard work, go to Mutunji. But by then they would bring bread. I will eat bread and I do the work. So you get to know when to start. Don't wait to start tomorrow. Time is now. The day your parents gave you money to come, that's when they set you off. And they're not going to follow you. They will not follow you. Some of you are planning to hold the money and eat it. Some of you, you will come and sit in the lecture like this one, and you will never submit, and you will get the money from home. And for us, we want to know. And your parents will know, will not know, because they are paying the money. At the end of it all, come graduation, your friends are coming to graduate, you are there, you don't know. You've been playing games. And then I normally see parents who come and break down in the office. He said, I've paid. I have receipts. They bring receipts. To check the receipts are all fake receipts. And you fake the receipts, thinking you are faking your parents. You are faking the lecturers. You are actually faking your future. At the end of it all, the lecturers will continue. Your parents will go home disappointed because they remain your parents. But it will haunt you. You will start saying, oh my God. So, kindly do that. I have a cousin who's 72 years now. He came here and did bachelor's in mathematics and physics, but he was in college school and he wanted to become an engineer, but he went to Banda, where you all, and he drank. He drank and drank and drank and drank, and he left school. And he came back here. He did his bachelor's in primary education, mathematics and physics. Very bright. He has retired teaching in Mbende NTC. But up to now, he tells you, if I knew, I would be somebody. But it's already late. So please don't play with life. This is the age of being excited, but excitement will cost you a lot. I think I've talked about a lot about the social life. And it's actually about education here is about social life. You are not going to deter it from social life. Because you are free. The way you dress. You mix challenges as young people from us, the teachers, the lecturers. How do you go over such a situation? The trick is one, do your work and do it well. Know what you want to do. And then you are able to build your case. So that you are not compromised in any way because you know what you want. And if you do that, it's okay. So, do your work. Your courseworks. The courseworks will take 40%. The teaching, continuous assessment. When you talk of continuous assessment, is how you present. Some lecturers will teach in group work. And that one has brought us a problem. And people don't want to participate in group work. They give you an assignment, 5 of you, 10 of you, you don't want. But the lecturer is watching. At the end of it all, he said, no, this one did not. Then you say, but I was in group X. But they ask you, what did you contribute in group X? You can't say it. So coursework, make sure your courseworks are in. Do all your coursework. If you submit it in time, and we ask the lecturers, these heads of departments always ask the lecturer to make sure that you are awarded a mark. If your mark is not pleasing and you are not happy with it, go back and say, give me another work. I don't want a 15 out of 20. I want an 18 out of 20. They will give you another work. You do it. You improve it. Don't give work and you abscond and you see it at the end. Follow up your work and make sure you get the best. because you are here for the best. There's what we call Vice Chancellor's list. That for you, you are no longer Alni to a Deborah, you are Alni to a Deborah Vice Chancellor's list. Do you know what that it means? You are written in the records of the Vice Chancellor as a very brilliant student in your lifetime. Oh, you're on the Dean's list. Hey, you're on my list? I'll take you and buy you takeaway. So you are recognized. But that's out of hard work. Not everybody goes on Dean's list. But there are those also who are on the Vice Chancellor's list for the wrongdoings, for the wrong reason. They are taken for disciplinary action to be dispelled. You don't want to go on that list. You want to go on the list where we'll say that was the best person. We want to call him or her back to come and join us. You know what happens? If you get a first class, a second class, the university fishes you out. Said, come back. Be part of us. Teach. You get your job direct. You continue instructing your friends. So, who doesn't want that? With this scarcity of jobs. So, but you have to work for it. Work for it. Start now and work for it. The other one I want to let you know is that space. We're talking about teaching space. You know, you are asking issues about lecture rooms. The beauty is this. We have, I would say, not enough space. But for our area, everywhere is our space. For art, even where we are here is our space. Because we are going to ask you, go and study a drawing of a goat. The goat is not in the class, it's in the farm. We're a cow. So that's our learning space. We want you to study a particular building. This one. So when people are here, your class is outside and you are studying the building. It's our learning space. So for us, everywhere is our learning space. If you want to make a composition in painting for people attending a function, where will you get them? Here, outside. So this is our learning space. So our learning space is versatile, is everywhere. What you need to have is to have an open mind. But that's not to say that we don't have lecture rooms. There are subjects where we need to have one-on-one. And those places will be told where to go. The heads of department will tell you this group meets at this time. It's important when the timetable is out, our timetable will be out next week. Get to know your lecturers. Get to know them. And one thing that you are going to do as soon as you start, you elect a coordinator for your class. Each program, each class, you have your coordinator. We prefer a lady and a gentleman. So that you have people where you voice your concerns. And these are the people that will take you if you have an issue, they can help. Because we have coordinators meetings twice a month where all the coordinators in the school will sit with the heads of department and share one-on-one. So some of you who want to be coordinators, who want to exhibit your leadership roles and abilities, this is the chance. Start and lead your class. Start and lead your class. So, lecture space, you'll be guided, but most importantly is that this space, learning space for art, is versatile. You can do it anywhere, but your lecturers will tell you. You will be asked to go and study out. Some of you who have not held the hoe in your life, you'll be asked to hold the hoe because we are preparing a garden if you are in a landscape. Interior and landscape, will be asked to extract fibers from bananas. It's a manual work. You'll be asked to hold a jigsaw and you cut a piece of tree. So, and you will not cut it in a room like this. So everywhere is our learning space. Now, there are courses that will require gadgets. For example, computer graphics. In this time and era, it's very difficult to be a very good student. Actually, for the entire art discipline, it would be good if you have your own laptop. It's not mandatory that the university says you must come with a laptop. But in this learning environment, where anything can happen and we cross, you need a laptop. Don't force your parents to buy laptops, but request them that it's important to have a laptop. It's not on the admission that when you don't have it will be stressed, but for your learning, you need a laptop. Then, issues of materials. We simply get materials for demonstration. There may not be enough materials. So once they have shown you what to do, you may need to buy your own materials to experiment, to explore more. Art is by practice. Engineering is by practice. It's not about that you do it once, that you memorize it. Yeah, memorization could be there to know the steps, but practice is vital. You have to practice and practice and practice. How will you practice if you don't have the gadget? So you need the gadget to practice. So talk to your parents. Don't push them. It may not happen this semester, but at least get a laptop next semester so that you are able to work. But also be sure there are conmen here who will tell you laptops at 200. Please, let your parents work on that. Let your big brothers, big sisters work on that. Here, they are going to dupe you, give you something fake. So please, don't simply go for things. Some deals will look juicy, and others, but they will turn bad. There is also a group. There is a student, I don't know whether he's here, who somebody met on the way, and he said, I will help you. Let me go with you. And they came in the office, and I was seeing them, and I was asking, who are you? And the gentleman introduced the other one, that this is my cousin. And they did the work, and they moved out. Hardly 5 minutes had elapsed. The guy came back, and he asked, do you know this guy I had? But you said he was a cousin. No, he's not my cousin. The guy has stolen my 250. Good enough, we knew the guy. We reported to security. We have tracked the guy. He's in police. He's in custody. So there are people who are posing as going to help you. This morning, there is somebody who has come here to my office, and he said somebody has asked him 3 million because he was not admitted, that I admit him. I told him, please, that has never happened. If you are not admitted, you appealed, you are not taken, the appeals are not yet out, who's that one asking you for 3 million? They are con men here. Don't be conned. Who's going to fall victim? My daughters here are the first victims. The boys' second years, the boys' first years who have been in Kampala, they will tell you, we can go into the business of produce. Let's first inject this money here. In 1 month, we'll get 2 million. You pay, and we are okay. That money is never paid. I'm warning you. Please treat tuition as tuition. Treat your hostel money as hostel money. This money is for education. Don't play with it. Don't do investment on your education. So, when you do that, then you know you are moving steadily with the university. You will want to be called out of the law. There will be central registration. You have reported. Other people have failed to appear because you are supposed to enroll. That's another whole set. I'm sure ICT have told you, but it's no problem to repeat it. You have to enroll the courses you are going to do. You have to register. You are in third year, but your results are not appearing. And then when you follow it up, you never enrolled. Enrollment does not go by payment. It's the question that I will study 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to now, you haven't known when to study, but the timetable will show. When the timetable shows, enroll. Register. Follow the details of the university. Check your names on your admission. Some names are wrongly written. Let's start the process of having them corrected now, not when you are getting your transcript after 3 years. And you say, I saw it, but I knew I would work on it. It's too late. You want to attend an interview tomorrow. If there's a problem, let's start now. So be up to date with yourself. And when you do that, you will enjoy Kyambogo. Kyambogo is so good. So good. I wanted to talk about, but I know Chosaba covered that. That's our area. We're talking of the dress code, looking smart. All those I think she has covered. Not so? Yeah. So I don't want to go back. I know. But you see, for us, artists, sometimes we dress differently. Yeah, so don't be, if you have learned how to make a sweater, you have done a weave on your own, and you have come up with this artistic attire, which is directly under Mr. Kimani, and you want to put it on, you put it on, feel free, be okay, but be decent. Be decent. Show your creativity. You're actually telling people that, you see, when I live here, this is why. Start developing your trade. Start developing your brand. It's no problem. But remain within the scope that decency is key in this university. It's very key. So when you do that, then you feel at home. I would go on and go on, but I don't want to do that. On Monday at 2:30, we are going to meet you again, because I expect 400. And then by then, the entire staff will be in attendance, and then you get to know who is who in the School of Art and Industrial Design, who's who in the Department of Fine Art, in the Department of Visual Communication, in the Department of Industrial and Commercial Art. Because there are details that we may take long to cover here that you will need to know. I want to take this opportunity once again to welcome you to Kyambogo. Kyambogo is a nice place. It has a very rich hinterland in Banda, very dangerous. That one, keep an eye. People are laughing today. 1 minute, the one who was laughing at you, he has snatched your bag. Take care. But enjoy the campus. Be at the right place. Our studios remain open, but don't keep in the studio and go home past 10 alone as a lady. That's dangerous. Know your time. Rather be in the studio area and leave when it's still time for you to go home. Our courses, we have day and evening programs. The details we shall give to you on Monday when we meet. But you know, there are day programs and evening programs. And the numbers are many, so you need to keep time. It's very dangerous for lecturers to wait for you. You wait for the lecturers. Thank you. So, now, I'm going to request the heads of department here, if anybody has something to communicate to you that could have or to add on what I've said, to come and say something. And I will start with Mr. Kimani. Come and say something to these youngsters, so that when they come to your department, to our school, they are at home. And by the way, here at the university, the relationship is not the teacher-student. No. Some of you, I actually tell them to come and sit on my computer and do work, because you know the computer better than us. You have skills that we don't have, that you have learned somewhere. So you are equals. So please, feel free.
Thank you. As Kim comes, an announcement. Kavise Fabi, telephone number 0758657781. She lost her phone yesterday. She called the person yesterday who had the phone, and the person told her to come back today, and they meet from here. So if you are here and you have Fabi's phone, please bring it to this room. We shall find Fabi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the moderator of this session, and thank you, Dean, for your presentation. I will be very brief. My name is Kimani, and sometimes they call me Kim, as the Dean is calling me. It's a short of Kimani, so Kim is not part of my official name, but some people call me Kim. Well, we welcome you to the School of Art and Industrial Design. And specifically, I welcome you to the Department of Industrial and Commercial Art. This is a department that has quite a number of programs, including the Bachelor of Art and Industrial Design, the programs of Interior Design, whether diploma and degree, programs of Textile and Apparel, diploma, and also a diploma in textiles and a degree in apparel, and also the Interior Design programs and the Master's program in Art and Industrial Design. Those programs, they are under the Department of Art and Department of Industrial and Commercial Art, where I sit as a head of department. Now, I want to say that you are very special people, because you are here for skills training. And currently, the world is focusing on skills training. And art and industrial design is one of the key areas where young people like you can receive this skills training for your own livelihood. So you are in the right place. And when we talk about skills training, we are talking about things that you can innovate, and things that you can make, and things that you can earn from, things that you can sell, because that is my concern. When we talk about commercial art, I'm talking about art that sells. My business is to make sure that you develop an art piece, an innovative art piece, creative art piece that you can take to the market and then earn a livelihood. That is very key to my department. Now, have you ever asked yourself what you have created? If you look around yourself, do you have anything that you have made? The shoes you are wearing, you bought them. The clothes you are wearing, you bought them. The mask you are wearing, you bought it. The phones that you have, you bought it. The cup that you have in your room, you bought it. The plate, the spoons, the saucepan, including the matchbox, you bought it. You bought everything. Do you have something in the market that somebody is also consuming? That is the question we're going to answer as we get to this industrial and commercial art. There is no way we can be consumers in Africa and also in this country We have to begin a journey of manufacturing. We have to begin the journey of making. We have to begin the journey of earning. You must have something that you're selling by the end of the day. Somebody must be talking about your product in the market. We cannot just be consuming every time products from other people. We need to set strategies to start producing and commercializing what we produce. And that is what we are interested in. Now, the department has some programs that we do, apart from the academic programs. We also have what we call a fashion week, which we run as a department. We came up with this program some few years ago. And the few times we have done this has been very successful. We involve students who do textiles and those who do other things, not just textiles, but the textile students take lead. Because part of what they learn in class is how to display, how to store fabrics, how to present fabrics, and fashion show is part of the presentation techniques that we learn in class. So we have this big event that is actually a university event. Last time we had it, it attracted over 30,000 people in the pitch. And it also attracted so many universities here. So this is a chance that you have when it comes, take it up and begin also to, to participate in it, because we have seen many students benefiting from this program. Students that participated in the last one, today, some of them have companies that they have formed. Others are now working in fashion houses. Others are working in textile industries. Others have their small businesses. Others started earning when they are learning. And that is what we advocate for. How can you start earning when you are learning from your own hands? Today you are paying your school fees. Can you ask yourself, I have invested this amount of school fees. What am I going to get? So the knowledge that we give you, can you start making something and selling and trying to recover your fees? How much fees will you have recovered by the end of the semester? And by the end of your course, what kind of business will you be running? Because the philosophy here is earn as you learn, and you'll be very comfortable. As I conclude, I would like to also inform you that there are students we've seen who seek cheap popularity around. You want to be popular. You are popular where you came from. You want to sustain your popularity. There is a Swahili saying that says, jogoo wa mjini hawiki mashambani. If you're a cock that crows in the village, you cannot come and crow in the city. You'll find other cocks in the city that will teach you discipline. Yeah? So when you come and you're a celeb, you are a celeb from your school, come and first of all settle. Observe how celebrities here behave before you start showing us your celebrity. Because your celebrity may not work here. Or you may now begin to design another celebrity style, which is acceptable. All right? Yeah, so there are also students who get involved in various acts of violence, acts of strikes, and all that. Keep away from that. I have seen some posters going around for Black Tuesday. Black Tuesday with blood and all that. You may have seen them. Get away from such things. You know what brought you here? Stick to that. Okay? Address your problems through administrative channels, just like what the dean has said. If you have a problem, you have a head of department. You have a dean. All these people are here to help you. And then you also have counselors of the university who should be able to help you. With that, I want to thank you for listening to me. I think we shall be talking more next week when we meet. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I will continue calling you Kim. Yes. The dean has told us, start now, don't wait. Can we repeat that? Start now, don't wait. Students, I've been informed that some first years are playing music seriously in their halls of residence, but especially the hostels. So as Monday starts, I think they will start. And these are skills we are getting, as we've already been informed. There are many of our students who are already employed. Personally, I have a nephew who was employed before even qualifying. So you are very blessed to be in these faculties, vocational studies, then Faculty of Art, and school. Yes, of art and industrial design. So we have to believe ourselves. So join me to thank Dean Emmanuel and the colleagues for these wonderful words. 1, 2, 3, we go. 1, 2, 3, we go. 1, 2, 3, loud. Thank you very much. There are some questions which they are going to answer, and Dean is going to introduce the ladies. You know, gender balance. She's going to introduce the ladies in the department. It's already 1 o'clock and you are going to come back at 2. So we are sorry, we are doing everything very fast because of the time. Thank you for being a good audience. Remember, 2 o'clock you are here to meet the guild leaders. Thank you.
Yeah, without wasting time, I will request Madame Joan to say something.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Kechumri Joan, Head of Department, Fine Art. I will not repeat what has been said by the Dean and the previous head. It's very important, it's vital information. But I felt I could touch issues that had not been touched. We were told the Bachelor of Vocational Art and Design are going to be teachers, and the Diploma in Secondary Education are going to be teachers. My message to you: read, understand, put into action the ethical code of conduct of teachers. Manage your time well. It will determine where you're going. Link yourselves to the world of work. You are a practicum area, so you need to be known before you exit university. I know Dr. Mtunji talked of some materials. Do not be deceived by your own materials. The university does not have capacity to provide you with enough materials for your practicums. And lastly, we were told you can start selling your work. I know the gallery is directly under my department. You access the attendant if you want to sell any work, and you get a certain percentage, and a certain percentage, we shall go into those details, goes to the gallery. So as you're producing for class, you can produce for sale. Do not sell what you have produced for class. It will compromise your coursework mark, which is a vital mark for you at the end of the year. We will be having cross-cutting programs. Not all programs are exactly in the departments that they are in. For teachers, build your character now. To be a teacher, you have to be exemplary, you have to be different. Behave like a teacher. Like Kim said, earn as you learn. And lastly, the early bird catches the worm. You start now, trust me, you will be successful in life. I wish you all the best.
We can have Dr. Justin. Then I have a number of 3 questions that I need to answer. then we finish.
Okay, good afternoon, students. You're welcome to Kyambogo University. And I'm not going to say a lot. As you've been told, I'm the head of department, visual communication. My only advice is have self-responsibility and let it start now. If you wait for second year, third year to improve on your academic performance, it might be a little challenging. But have strategies right from the word go, and if possible, avoid working in isolation. I look forward to meeting my students. Currently, I have only one program, and that is in BCG, Bachelor of Computer Graphics. But there will be other programs, both undergraduate and graduate programs. So make your life good within our community. We are not bad people, but could I say we give tough love. So let people not scare you that we are scaring individuals, but we just offer tough love, and mostly to the girl child. That's me. Others may not be doing it, but I believe all of us, we have that feminism within us. I wish you well, and I look forward to meeting you people within our school and hope to collaborate as much as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. The motto is start now. Yeah, Dr. Emmanuel told us that he was called Kile. So he's going to answer some of the concerns. I request that some of them continue coming. They will be answered on Monday when you meet. Otherwise, it is supposed to be lunchtime. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. There are a number of questions that you put down here. And there are many, but they fall in three categories. The first one is, does Bachelor of Vocational Art with Education, BVAD, belong to this Faculty of Vocational Studies? We actually don't have vocational studies. We used to have vocational studies, and I'm sure when you applied, maybe there was something called vocational studies, which has since been split into three: School of Art and Industrial Design, School of Vocational Studies, and Faculty of Agriculture. So, you now belong to the School of Art and Industrial Design. And Bachelor of Vocational Studies with Education and Art and Design belongs to Department of Fine Art. That's where you belong. So, people are saying it has not been talked about. Now, that's where you belong. The second one, it's still about Bachelor of Vocational Studies. I think it's not far away from what I've said. And you belong to that area. There was something particular which somebody wanted to know is when I don't hear vocational studies in art and design. I've now explained it where it belongs. The other one is about, can someone change from evening to day or afternoon? You know, the programs are either taught day or evening. You can only change from day to evening if the program had two intakes, day and evening. Our programs now are either day or evening. But we are trying to review the programs, and we are creating evening, day and evening. So for now, you will belong to to that particular time that you were admitted. If it was day, you are day. If it was evening, you are evening student. The other one is, if you are offering Bachelor of Art Do you teach in vocational institution? No. You actually teach in secondary schools. But the beauty with the big word here, you are actually a practicing artist. You are a successful artist. You can even practice. You can say no. You can start a job and you teach and you go for your job. So it's a dual degree. It's a practicing degree and it's a teaching degree. So at what time do our lessons begin? On Monday, are there lectures or we come for a meeting? On Monday we are starting teaching. Start now. Don't wait. So on Monday, we are starting. The timetable may not be up, but we have the timetable. Come, you'll be attended to. Will you need to have lecturers help you interpret the timetable? Oh yes, we shall do that. We shall interpret the timetable. These ladies and the gentlemen you see there, myself, it's our duty. We shall do that very well. Yeah, the venue for the meeting on Monday. By the way, the School of Art Industrial Design, if you have moved in Kyambogo, it's that circular building. Have you seen something circular and you can't know where the door is? But you came to pick your, that's where we belong. And with the soaps that we have, when you come on Monday, we are likely to be under the shades because we don't want to squeeze in the rooms. But when you are there, once you are in your home, your dad will never fail to get you where to sleep. So you come, be there, you will be having your lectures, and we shall work with you. So the venue is at the school. The other one is the timetable for interior design out. The timetable for interior design is the same timetable. We are going to have a timetable for the school. So the timetable will come out that covers all the subjects, all the programs. So the timetables will be out. Then some people were asking, with the department, where does the Department of Interior Design belong? The Department of Interior Design belongs to Industrial and Commercial Art, or under Kim. Kimani, don't mind, we shall call you Kim and they will call you Kim. Yeah. So that's where it belongs. Now, there is somebody who said, I'm admitted for Bill, and I'm allocated the School of Vocational Studies. Yes, I think this could be corrected, but also when you are admitted, as I've explained, when you are applying under the vocational. Do some of you have your admissions with the School of Art and Industrial Design? What do you have on your admission? Come again? Yeah. So that's not a problem. The academic registrar will handle that. So don't get worried. Then the other one is, where does the Bachelor of Computer Graphics belong? That we have explained is under visual communication. So the last one is, it is free. But registration, you must be a paid person. When you register, then you will have your portal, you are able to print your examination card. Then that's the one that will be taking you to sit for a paper because you are registered. And those cards now, you actually print it yourself. Once you register, once you have paid, you register yourself and your registration card automatically comes with this thing that you know, you can't read it. It's called a barcode. It will come, you cannot forge it, and for us we shall scan it when you come and we see your name, Chosaba Winfred, paid. Then you go in. When you get a wrong one, we put on the computer, it doesn't show. then we know you are not the one. So once you have done whatever is required, then your card will automatically come on your portal, you download it, and you are a registered student. So that's what I have to do, and the time is running. I think the more questions that are coming, we are going to go with them. On Monday, we are going to give them a real treat. We are going to give them to the heads of departments. They are going to answer all of them to your satisfaction. And unless there is something burning. But if it's not, we are going to take all these. We are going to have them all, because this is learning experience. We are going to have all these issues captured. And after capturing them, then we shall give you proper answers for actually even future administration of our school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rothamio Crispus Online. What are the scholastic requirements for industrial art and design? All this is going to be answered on Monday. How am I connected to Naziri Hall? Please go to the counselor there for guidance. Another one is thanking the Dean, Dr. Mutunji Emmanuel, and team. Where do we find our timetables? Please go for the meeting on Monday. And what materials do I need? Go for the meeting. Is there any association that joins the art students? Yes, go for the meeting. How do we get course units? You will get to know from the heads. Go for the meeting. I only have these two where the dean may have to give an input. They are requesting for your contact and the head of department, fine art. He can read the contact as we close. Members, we have to be here at 2. Otherwise, I thank you very much for the questions and thank you for your time. It means you've been very attentive. You've been good learners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Winfred. I'm going to answer one question before I give. This is from our friend here. How do we, or your office of the Dean, faculty of support students with disabilities? We have students with disabilities in our department, and we've been supporting them. And the students of disabilities are actually registered with, we have a special committee for students with disabilities. Actually, it's the Disabilities Support Center. If I get the right name, we have the Support Center, and you actually supposed to be registered there. It is actually in special needs. And then your names normally come. And when you are doing exams, there is special treatment you are given. When doing coursework, special treatment you are given. We actually write special letters that you go with to different lecturers who are not aware that you have any disability, then you will totally be helped. Lastly, the contacts. When you come on Monday, I think you will get our contacts. Because you have seen our faces. And we don't want to, you still have a lot of work. We don't want you to start going into calling. Our phones are actually displayed in the school. You will not get ours only. You will get for the entire, we are 41 members of staff. You will get all of our contacts. You will take pictures of them so that you can connect everybody. So they are there. You will get them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Our ICT team, Sign language interpreters, we thank you. Our dear students, I will again welcome you to Kyambogo University. So we can now go for our lunch and be ready for the session at 2. Please don't miss listening to the guild leaders. Thank you, may God bless you.